Your shower door is not ruined. I know it looks that way. I know you've been in there with the all-purpose spray and some paper towels and walked out frustrated every single time because it still looks like someone smeared wax on the inside of your glass and it will never come off. And at some point you stopped trying. You assumed that was just what old shower glass looked like. Maybe you've even thought about replacing it. Don't do that. What you are looking at, that hazy, frosted, dead look, is not damage. It's not inside the glass. It's sitting on the surface of the glass, and it's mineral buildup, calcium mostly. Every time your shower runs, the water hits the glass and runs down. The water eventually dries. But the water was carrying minerals, and those minerals don't evaporate. They stay right there. Every shower adds another layer. Months go by. Years go by. The layers stack up, and what you end up with is this thick, chalky film that makes your whole bathroom look dirty even when it isn't. And here's the part they won't tell you when you're standing in the cleaning aisle trying to decide what to buy. Most of what's on that shelf will not touch this problem. Not the foaming sprays. Not the daily shower sprays. Not the heavy-duty bathroom cleaner in the big trigger bottle. They're mostly good for mold, soap scum, general grime. That stuff is alkaline or neutral. And mineral buildup is also alkaline. You can't dissolve something alkaline with something that is also alkaline. It just doesn't work. That's not my opinion, that's just plain chemistry. And bleach. Lord, the number of times I've watched people grab for bleach on a shower door. Bleach is a disinfectant. It kills germs and mold. What it does not do, cannot do, is dissolve mineral deposits. If anything, bleach will make the cloudiness look a little whiter, a little brighter, and then the second it dries, you're right back where you started, maybe worse. You're cleaning the wrong thing with the wrong tool. That's the whole problem. To dissolve minerals, you need something acidic, something that gets in there and chemically breaks that buildup apart. And you almost certainly have that sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now. Plain white vinegar. That's the whole fix. White vinegar is acidic enough to eat right through hard water mineral deposits without doing a single thing to harm your glass. It doesn't scratch, it doesn't etch. It won't discolor your chrome hardware if you're quick about rinsing it off. It costs about $2 for a jug that will last you months. And it actually works. But I want to give you the version that works best, not just the basic version. Because there's something you can add to it that handles the other half of the problem. See, that cloudy film on your shower door isn't only minerals. Mixed in there is also soap residue and body oils, and that general grease that builds up in a bathroom just from daily use. Vinegar is great on the mineral layer, but it's not much of a degreaser. So what you do is you add a splash, and I mean a splash, a small pour of plain rubbing alcohol to your vinegar, the kind in the brown bottle from the pharmacy. A ratio of about 3 parts vinegar to 1 part rubbing alcohol. That's it. That's your whole cleaning solution. The vinegar handles the minerals, it gets in and dissolves that chalky calcium layer from the bottom up. The alcohol cuts the grease in the soap film, and because alcohol evaporates fast, you get a finish that doesn't streak. Those two things together cover everything that's making your glass look terrible. By the way, methods like this, I've got a whole book of them. Every trick I use to run this house for less, written down in one place. It's on my website, links right below the video. Worth grabbing. I won't mention it again. Here's what you do. Get a clean spray bottle. Pour in your white vinegar, regular distilled white vinegar, not cider vinegar, not anything flavored or fancy, just plain white. Then add your splash of rubbing alcohol, roughly 1 part alcohol to every 3 parts vinegar. Give it a quick shake. Now, go spray that shower door. Don't be shy about it. You want the whole surface wet, top to bottom, corner to corner, all the way into the edges. Don't miss the lower third, because that's usually where the worst buildup is from all the water pooling and drying at the bottom of the door. Then walk away for 5 minutes. This is the part people always want to skip, and they shouldn't. The vinegar needs time to sit against that mineral layer and work. You're not scrubbing it off, you're dissolving it. Scrubbing at hard mineral deposits is actually one of the worst things you can do, and I'll come back to that in a minute. Let the solution sit. 5 minutes for a normal buildup. If the door hasn't been touched in a year or more, give it 10. When the time is up, rinse the door down with plain water. Warm water from the shower head, just run it right over the glass. You want to rinse all of that vinegar solution and everything it pulled off the glass right down the drain. Don't skip this step. The vinegar smell is harmless, but you don't want it sitting on your metal hardware for longer than it needs to. Then the last step is what really makes the difference between clean and hotel clear. Take a microfiber cloth, not a paper towel, not a regular cotton rag, a microfiber cloth, and dry the glass. Buff it. Work in small circles and cover the whole surface. This is what takes it from just clean to actually clear. The microfiber picks up every last bit of moisture without leaving lint or streaks, and by the time you're done, that glass is going to look like it was just installed. Now, about that one warning I mentioned, do not scrub shower glass with anything abrasive. I mean it. No scouring pads, no steel wool, not even the fine kind. No powdered cleaners, nothing with grit in it. People reach for those when they think the problem is bad enough to need more muscle. And I understand the instinct, but on glass, it's exactly backwards. Those tiny scratches you put in the surface with an abrasive, you can't undo those. They're permanent. And once the surface is scratched up, it actually gets harder to keep clean, not easier, because minerals and soap get into the scratches and grip. You turn a problem you could have fixed into damage that stays with you. Soft cloth. Microfiber. Gentle pressure. The vinegar is doing the work, not your arm. Trust it. Now, there are two situations I want to address directly because they come up. The first is what to do when the buildup is really bad. Like genuinely years of hard water and nobody ever used anything more than a regular spray on it. In that case, your 5-minute sit time might not be enough to cut through all of it in one go. What you do is soak some paper towels in your vinegar and alcohol mix, press them flat against the glass, and leave them there for 20 to 30 minutes. The paper towels keep the solution in contact with the glass the whole time instead of running down. When you peel them off, you rinse and buff the same way. For the really stubborn spots that are still showing after that, and sometimes there will be a few, spray those specific spots again, wait another few minutes, and use the soft side of a kitchen sponge, no scrubby side, just soft, to very gently work that spot. That's usually enough to get it. The second situation is this. What if you do all of this, you get the door genuinely clean and clear, and then a week later it looks hazy again? That's not the cleaning failing, that's just your water. If you live somewhere with very hard water and a huge portion of this country, the mineral buildup is going to come back because it comes back every single shower. That's not something you fix once. It's something you stay ahead of. The easiest way to do that costs nothing and takes about 30 seconds after every shower. A squeegee. A cheap little plastic squeegee that you hang in the shower. After you shut the water off, before you step out, run that squeegee down the glass, top to bottom, once. Pulls most of the water off the surface before it has a chance to dry and leave minerals behind. When you get in the habit of it, the buildup slows way down. You're not fighting through months of buildup every time you're keeping things in check. And about once a week, a quick spray of straight white vinegar, let it sit a minute, wipe it down. That's it. That's the maintenance. Takes less time than finding where you put the bottle of the fancy bathroom spray. Now, back to why your grocery store aisle is full of things that won't solve this particular problem. Think about the cleaners that get the most shelf space, the most advertising, the ones that come in big, beautiful bottles with pictures of gleaming bathrooms on the label. Those products are formulated to clean a lot of things: mold, soap, scum, general dirt, and grime. They work fine on what they're meant for. But limescale, hard water mineral buildup, that chalky haze, that's a specific chemical problem that requires a specific solution, an acid. And most of those big products aren't acidic. They're not designed to be. They're designed to be safe for a lot of surfaces, which means they can't be strong enough to actually dissolve minerals. So they foam. They smell clean. They smell like a spa or a pine forest or whatever it is this season. And your nose says clean and you put the spray away and the glass still looks the same. And next month you buy another bottle. There are actually products on the market specifically made for hard water and limescale. You can find them. Some of them work reasonably well, but they cost several dollars for a small bottle, and you're buying them over and over. A big jug of white vinegar and a bottle of rubbing alcohol together cost you maybe $3 at the grocery store. You'll use those same two things for months. Nobody's running ads for white vinegar and rubbing alcohol. Nobody has a marketing budget for that. It works fine, it costs almost nothing, and people have been doing it a long time, which is exactly why you've never seen it on a shelf. Here's what I want you to do today. Go check your shower door right now. Really look at it. Not to see if it's dirty, to see if it's cloudy. Run your finger down it. If there's a faint haze that doesn't wipe off, if it looks dull when the light hits it, that's mineral buildup. That's what I'm talking about. Grab a spray bottle, white vinegar, splash of rubbing alcohol, 3-to-1. Spray the whole door, let it sit 5 minutes, rinse it with the shower head, dry it with a microfiber cloth, then come back and tell me in the comments what happened. I want to know how bad your water is, how long that door had been sitting that way, and whether it's actually clear now. Because I think some of you are going to be genuinely surprised at what's been sitting on your glass all this time and how simple it was to get it off.